She made sure to add that my mother was devastated and that I should call to apologize. Aunt Linda was always like this, quick to jump in, even when it wasn't her place. Then there was my sister, Jessica. Strangely enough, she didn't say anything. No text, no call, nothing. It was a rare moment of silence from her, and in a way, it was almost worse than the barrage of messages from everyone else. Jessica had always been the queen of passive aggressiveness, and this felt like her own way of punishing me by giving me the silent treatment. I knew I couldn't take it all at once, so I decided to take a step back. I blocked my mom's number temporarily, as well as my brother's, just to get a little peace. The constant messages were exhausting, and I needed a break from the guilt tripping. I left a few contacts open, like my dad and my cousin, who'd been supportive during Thanksgiving. I didn't want to block everyone entirely, just enough to breathe. The next day, my friends came over. I told them what happened, and they were there to lend a hand, surprised but proud that I'd finally set boundaries. They knew how difficult my family could be, and were happy to see me putting myself first for a change. We spent the day talking, laughing, and distracting me from the chaos of it all, and for a few hours I could forget about the family drama. In the evening, though, my dad texted again. This time, it was different, shorter, more blunt. He called me dramatic for blocking family members and warned me that I'd regret burning bridges. It was clear his apology from the night before had vanished, replaced by frustration. I could almost picture him pacing around, trying to find the right words to convince me to back down. As the messages kept rolling in, I felt a pang of guilt when my cousin reached out, the only family member who hadn't tried to guilt trip me. He said he was sorry for what had happened, and that he understood why I'd left. It was a short message, but it left me feeling a bit torn, like I'd somehow let him down by leaving. Still, I knew deep down that it wasn't my job to stick around and endure the family's treatment just to spare his feelings. I decided to bring it up with my therapist, who had heard me talk about my family for years. She listened to everything that had happened and encouraged me to stand firm in my boundaries. She reminded me that I had the right to distance myself from toxic dynamics, even if that meant facing the backlash. It wasn't easy to hear, but it was the reminder I needed to keep going. Over the next few days, the resentment started to build. The more I reread their messages, the clearer it became that my family was refusing to see my side. Everything was twisted into how I'd abandoned them, and no one seemed to care about why I felt the need to walk out in the first place. It all came to a head when I received a particularly nasty text from my mom. She'd sent a long list of everything she thought I'd done wrong over the years, each point designed to make me feel like the problem. That was it. I blocked her number too, along with my dad's. I knew they'd keep reaching out, but I'd had enough. The silence was both strange and freeing. I went no contact for the first time in my life, spending the next few weeks focusing on myself. My phone was quieter than it had ever been, and the absence of constant family demands was a relief.